Hello everyone, I am Rayami Arbis and today I will going to tell you some history of the Zamboanga City State Polytechnic College, or what we know as the Zamboanga Peninsula Polytechnic State College. So the school was pioneered by American teachers or Thomasites. Mr. Huggs became the first principal. Shortly thereafter, another shop class and drawing class were added under the supervision of the subsequent principal, Mr. Ash. In 1912, these classes were separated from the Zamboanga East Central School area and transferred to a nearby site currently referred to as Barangay Baliwasan due to the overwhelming enrollment of interested citizens. So authorities involved in instruction and education saw the fervor and interest both the teachers and pupils and the advantages they offered to the community. Therefore, development were introduced in 1912 wherein the intermediate trade school was transferred into a provincial trade school, authorized not only to offer elementary curriculum but a secondary curriculum as well. The school was conferred with the name Zamboanga Trade School under the administration of Mr. Parker. In 1924, Mr. Vicente Macairan succeeded Mr. Parker as principal, and during his supervision, a two-story building was built. 10 years later, Mr. Vicente Enrilet took over, and during his administration, 4 shop buildings were constructed. For the past 15 years of satisfactory vocational training when the Philippines was under the Commonwealth era, Commonwealth Act No. 39 was signed into law on October 12, 1936 by President Manuel Luis Quezon, replacing the municipal name Municipio de Zamboanga to Zamboanga City. In the said statute, the Zamboanga Trade School was placed under the administration of the city. The charactered city of Zamboanga, having the power over city schools, subsequently converted Zamboanga Trade School into Zamboanga City's Trade School. So, through the efforts of the first and only Zamboangueño Senator Roseller T. Lim, a bill was sponsored which paved by the way of Republic Act No. 846, which was enacted into law in 1954 by the nationalist leader of the Philippines, President Ramon F. Magsaysay. This law mandated the conversion of the City Trade School into the Zamboanga City Regional School of Arts and Trades. This decree authorized the school offer post-secondary courses in trade technical education. Mr. Marcelo Bonilla was its first superintendent. During this period, the Philippine Committee on United States Aid for PhilCUSA assisted the school in its rehabilitation and equipment procurement. So 5 shop buildings were constructed, 2 FOA PhilCUSA buildings, 2 shops for boat building and auto mechanics, and 1 girls trade building. So another statute was enforced in 1959 concerning the school by virtue of Republic Act 23,000 rather. The National President of the Philippines, President Carlos P. Garcia, approved the law which converted the school into a national school known as Zamboanga School of Arts and Trade. As a result, the term of City Regional, which was formerly included in the official name, was deleted. In ensuing communication, Mr. Mariano P. Dagdag became the new superintendent of the school. So this information was taken from the history of ZCSPC or the ZPPSU, was not complete but some of their.
Hi everyone. So here are the short list of the cultural communities in the Philippines. So there are 134 ethnic groups and most of them are indigenous. So why is it important for us to study the different cultural community in the Philippines? So it is important because it is a way of understanding their differences, their culture, and it is in order for us to give them respect of their culture and their way of living, and it is a way of promoting peace in the society. So let's start from the part of Luzon. So here is the Ivatan. The Ivatan people, this community lives in the province of Batanes and they are known for their honesty. So they are also popularly known for their headdress. They are wearing headdress that made up of grasses. This is the protection for their life because the part of Batanes are very cold. Okay, so we have here the Ifugao. So the Ifugao living in the province of Ifugao. So they are known for their farming as their way of living. So we have known these people through the rice terraces in Banawi, and their way of living also is planting vegetables, rice, and hunting animals for their food. So they are also raising hogs as their way of living. And we also have here the Bontok community. The Bontok community can be found in Benguet, the province of Benguet, and they love planting vegetables, and they are into farming, animals, and agriculture. So they sell their vegetables in the city of Baguio. So they call them as the Bontok Igorot. And we also have here the Kalinga. The Kalinga people can be found in Cordillera Administrative Region in the part of northern Luzon. So these people also are engaged into farming and fishing in the lake and rivers, and they are also known for their different way of farming. They cultivated the mountain and plant the rice. And we also have here the Gadang. The Gadang people can be found in the Cagayan Valley region. So they are living in a part of the Cagayan, and they are also known as their way of living is hunting animals, planting vegetables, and they are into farming, are a rice farmer, and also they are living in the upriver. So we can find the Cagayan River, and these people are living above the land of the river. So we also have here the indigenous people can be found in Visayas. So we have the Ati or Eta, and the people also, these people also are called the Negritos. So they are living in the Panay Island. So the Panay Island composed of Antique, Iloilo, and the Aklan. So these people celebrated their feast during the Ati-Atihan festival. So we also have the Cebuano. The Cebuano people are popularly known for their food and dishes. So they are also celebrating the most popular festival, the Sinulog Festival in Cebu City. So we also have the Waray. The Waray people living in the province of Samar and Leyte, and they are also known for their bravery and warriors. They are also called warriors. So we also have the cultural community in Mindanao. So we have the Bagubo. The Bagubo considered as the largest ethnic groups in Mindanao. They are living from the valley Gulf of Davao going to the high land of Davao, which is the Mount Apo. So these people also are engaged in farming, hunting animals as their way of living. And then we also have the Bagubo, the Manobo. The Manobo people lives in the province of Bukidnon and part of Agusan del Sur and Agusan del Norte. These people are engaged in herbal medicine. Their knowledge is in the plant and their surroundings. So we also have the Tausog. The Tausog is the largest Muslim groups, and they are particularly living in Hulu, the province of Sulu. And these people are known for their loyalty, and they are also a warrior. So we have here the Yakan. The Yakan people are living in the mountains of Basilan. So these people culturally known as the Sama people, but they are called Yakan because they are not living in the along the sea. And we also have the Maguindanao. The Maguindanao community are found in Maguindanao province, and they known for their metal works. They made wide and sharp sword for the warriors. And these are the short list of the cultural community in the Philippines.
Hello guys, so this vlog is all about Museum Zamboanga City, and as we go in the Zamboanga City, we just have a recap about the National Museum all around the Philippines. All around Philippines, there are 34 museums, but the National Museum comprises about 19, total of 19 in the throughout the archipelago. So we are going to Zamboanga City Museum. Zamboanga City Museum, or call it Fort Pilar Museum in Zamboanga City, was initiated and established through the concerted efforts of the Department of Tourism, the Department of Public Highways, and the government of Zamboanga City. The National Museum. This museum is situated that historic bastion of Fort Pilar and named after the patron saint of the city, the Nuestra Señora la Virgen del Pilar. It showcased that the indigenous marine life of Zamboanga and the nearby island, and the underwater archaeological finds from the Zamboanga, or what you call that, griffins, which sank during the 18th century in the water in the northwest of Basilan province. On October 27, 1993, two major exhibitions were formally inaugurated, featuring the peoples of southwestern Philippines, the Sama, Tilaut, the Subanon, and Yakan. The establishment of museum branch in Zamboanga City was made possible by Presidential Decree 260 declaring Fort Pilar as National Cultural Treasure and on August 1, 1973. Suited that within the historical Fort Pilar, the museum is named in honor of Nuestra Señora del Pilar, patroness of Zamboanga. Zamboanga City is the most important city of Zamboanga del Sur, one of the three provinces in Western Mindanao. So, from Melchor de Vera is a missionary engineer who accompanied Captain Juan de Chavez on April 6, 1635 with 1,000 Visayans and 300 Spaniards. As they landed in Zamboanga, started the construction of Fort Pilar on June 23, 1635. Fort Pilar, Father de Vera masterpiece, was abandoned in 1663, rebuilt in 1718, and was for centuries a defense against Muslim, Dutch, Portuguese, and British attacks. It was in despair after World War II until it was restored by a national museum. The restoration and reconstruction of the three structures inside the fort started in early part of 1980, after 6 years, the rehabilitation of work, the museum branch opened its door to the public within a special exhibition on Philippine contemporary art in October 1987. The permanent exhibition on the marine life Zamboanga, Basilan, and Sulu was opened on the second floor of structure showing 400 species of marine life specimens in giant dioramas. And century relic from Griffin shipwreck at the ground floor, which coincide with the formal inaugurated of these structures. Then the former congressman and Zamboanga City Mayor Maria Clara Lobregat and one of the staunch supporters of Fort Pilar Museum and the civic-minded resident of the city greatly contributed to the realization of development project in the museum. So that's all about the Zamboanga City Museum. The history about Zamboanga City Museum. That's all.
Good day everyone, I am Nathaniel Gian de la Cruz, and today I will going to discuss to you the historical shrine here in our own Zamboanga City, which is the Área Fuerte de Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Zaragoza, or in English, Royal Fort of Our Lady of the Pilar of Zaragoza, and also known as Fort Pilar, is a 17th century military defense fortress built by the Spanish colonial government in Zamboanga City. The fort, which is now a regional museum of the National Museum of the Philippines, is a major landmark of the city and it symbolizes the cultural heritage. Outside the eastern wall is a Marian shrine dedicated to Our Lady of the Pilar, the patroness of the city, pontifically crowned in 12 of October 1960 via decree dating from 18 of September 1960. The Fort Pilar in Spanish colonial period. In 1635, upon the request of the Jesuit missionaries and Bishop Fray Pedro of Cebu, the Spanish government of the Philippines, Juan Cerezo de Salamanca, in 1633 to 1635 approved the building of a stone fort in defense against pirates and raiders of the sultans of Mindanao and Jolo. The cornerstone of the fort, originally called Área Fuerte de San Jose, Royal Fort of Saint Joseph, was laid by Melchor de Vera, a Jesuit priest engineer, on June 23, 1635, which also marks the founding of Zamboanga as a city, then known as Jambangan. The construction of early fort continued within the governmentship of Sebastian Hurtado de Corcuera in 1635 to 1644, ex-governor of Panama, because of insufficient manpower. Laborers from the Cavite, Cebu, and Bohol and Panay had to be imported to help the Spaniards, Mexican, and Peruvians in the construction of the fort. This period also marks the beginning of the Zamboangueño Chavacano as Pidgin that eventually developed into a full-fledged Creole language for Zamboangueños. The early attacks. Fort San Jose was attacked by the Dutch in 1646 and was later abandoned by the Spanish troops, who went back to Manila in 1666 to help fight the Chinese pirates Cochina, who had early defeated the Dutch in 1669. The Jesuit missionaries rebuilt the fort after pirates and raiders had again destroyed it. In 1718-1719, it was rebuilt by the Spaniards engineer Juan Sicara upon the orders of Spanish government General Fernando Manuel del Bustamante y Rueda, and was renamed as Área Fuerte de Nuestra Señora del Pilar de Zaragoza, or Royal Fort of Our Lady of the Pilar of Zaragoza, in honor The patron virgin of Spain, Our Lady of the Pilar, a year later, the Lassie, King of Bulig, and 3,000 Moro pirates attacked the fort. The defender repulsed the attack in 1798. The British Royal Navy bombarded the fort, but again it proved robust enough to repel the attack. Fort Pilar was the scene of a mutiny of 70 prisoners in 1872. So in American colonial period, following the Spanish-American War, Fort Pilar and its Spanish troops surrendered to the revolutionary government of Zamboanga on May 18, 1899, under General Vicente Alvarez, a Zamboangueño, at the onset of the Philippines Revolution. Against Spain, on November 19, 1899, the fort was captured by United States Expeditionary Forces. In World War II, during the World War II in 1942, Japanese forces captured and took control of the fort. It was recaptured by the United States and Filipino troops in March 1945 and was finally and officially turned over to the government of the Republic of the Philippines on July 4 in 1946. The restoration of the Fort Pilar was recognized as National Cultural Treasure on August 1, 1973 by President Decree number 260. Though by then the fort had been disappeared since World War II, restoration was started in early part of 1980 by the National Museum of the Philippines, which reconstructed 3 of the 4 structures inside the fort after 6 years of rehabilitation work. The museum branch opened to the public with a special exhibition, Philippine Contemporary Art. In October 1987, a permanent exhibition on the marine life of Zamboanga, Basilan, and Sulu was opened at the second floor of Structure 2, showing 400 species of marine life specimen in giant dioramas. Also opened was a special exhibit on the 18th century relics from the Griffin shipwreck at the ground floor, which coincided with the formal inauguration of the structure. Former Congressman and Zamboanga City Mayor Maria Clara Lobregat, one of the staunch supporters of Fort Pilar Museum and the civic-minded resident of the city, contributed to the realization of the development projects in the Human Museum. So, the Fort Pilar today, Fort Pilar is known as the Roman Catholic Marian Shrine and a regional branch of the National Museum of the Philippines. Inside the fort, only the southern structure is still in ruins. Inside and outside the fort are well-maintained gardens. The Paseo del Mar, a reclaimed esplanade, protects the fort from the ravages of the sea.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasper Calaging, a second-year college student of ZPPSU. For this video, I will share to you my own family bloodline and cultures for you to know me better and learn some amazing fun fact about it. My complete name is Jasper Sardan Calaging, and fun fact about it, my middle name, which is Sardan, is formerly named of Saint Andres, Charchiquemola, or also known as Ciudad Sardan. It is the municipal seat of Charchiquemola de Sisma municipality in the Mexican state of Puebla. Who would have thought that my ancestor family named origin once named as one of the municipality in this world? Let's move forward. Let me share to you my not so big family tree. My grandparent name is Rogelio and Valeriana Sardan. They got 8 kids, and sadly 2 of their kids had died. I have 3 uncles, but 2 of them is not lucky enough to live long here on earth. I also have 4 aunties, and my mother is in the 6th position among her siblings. My uncle and auntie got married also to their love of their life, so it make me have many cousins. That's really too many to mention, and honestly, I don't remember all of them. So my mother got married, my dad, and got 3 kids, and that's me and my siblings. I'm the second son of the family, and guess what? I also have my own family right now that I truly care. So my son makes the great grandchild of my grandparents right now. Moving forward, my grandparents, parents, even my great ancestor in embracing the Christianity cultures. Christian cultures has influenced and assimilated much from the Greco-Roman, Byzantine, Western and culture, Middle Eastern and Slavic Caucasian, and possibly from Indian culture. During the early Roman Empire, Christendom has been divided in the pre-existing Greek East and Latin West. Consequently, different versions of the Christian culture arose with their own rites and practices. Christianity remains culturally diverse in its Western and Eastern branches. It's part to our culture to celebrate Christmas as it is the belief of the born day of our Savior Jesus Christ. In addition, several closely related and often interchangeable figures known as Santa Claus, Father Christmas, Saint Nicholas, and Christkind are associated with bringing gifts to children during the Christmas seasons, and have their own body of tradition and lore. We also celebrate festival in Easter for us to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. This culture mold our family to be united and loving. We also adopt the mainly blend of Filipino and Spanish Catholic traditions. One of them is being family-oriented like what I said earlier. My family celebrate festival and holiday together, emphasizing spending more and more time with each other, and it is part of our culture. Also, the Filipino values that we need to learn earlier in our life. Like children are taught to be respectful from the early stage of their life by introducing phrases po and opo when talking to adults. By this culture, it makes me realize the essence of life and how important it is to be part of our daily life, physical and emotional. I hope you enjoy what I shared to you guys. That's all for now. Goodbye and have a great day ahead, everyone.